who invented cricket. The untold history. A pale morning mist drifts across the fields of southern England. The grass bends under dew. The wind moves softly through hedgerows and old wooden fences. Somewhere in the distance, sheep bells ring in slow rhythm. And in the middle of this quiet countryside, a boy lifts a curved stick from the ground. Another rolls a small leather bowl toward him. No one watching that moment could have imagined what it would become. No one could have known that this simple game, born in the silence of open fields, would one day fill stadiums from London to Lahore, from Melbourne to Moot. Because the truth is, this cricket was not invented in a single moment. It was not born from one mind. There was no single genius. No one name history can point to. Cricket emerged, slowly, like fog over grass. It grew from play, from village life, from children, fields, wood, and time. That is the untold history. The question with no single name. When people ask, who invented cricket, they often expect one answer: a person, a date, a place. But cricket resists that simplicity. Unlike sports such as basketball, which can be traced to James Naismith, cricket has no single known inventor. Historians widely agree that it evolved organically over centuries in southeast England, most likely as early as the 13th century. That means cricket was not invented. It was formed, slowly, quietly, by ordinary people. And perhaps that makes its story even more beautiful. The children of the Weald. The most accepted historical theory places cricket's earliest roots in the Weald, a heavily wooded region stretching across Kent and Sussex. Imagine it: dense forests, open clearings, farms, hillside, paths, children moving through the countryside with nothing but time and imagination. Experts believe boys in this region played an early baton ball game using sticks, stones, and simple wooden gates. This was not yet the cricket we know. No overs, no umpires, no white uniforms, only instinct. A stick, a target, a ball. The game belonged to the land. The shepherd theory. One of the most poetic theories behind cricket's birth is tied to shepherds. Some historians believe the word may derive from old terms like crick or crick, meaning a staff or stick. This has led many to imagine shepherd boys creating the game while tending sheep. A wooden crook becomes a bat. A sheep pen gate becomes a wicket. A stone or wrapped cloth becomes the ball. The field itself becomes the stadium. There is something profoundly human about this. Great sports rarely begin as institutions. They begin as improvisation, as boredom transformed into creativity, as ordinary people making meaning from simple objects. The first written trace, the first widely accepted written reference to cricket comes from 1597 to 1598. In a court case in Guildford, a 59-year-old coroner named John Derrick testified that as a boy, around 1550, he had played cricket. This single line is one of the most important moments in cricket history, because once something enters written record, it steps out of legend. It becomes history. That testimony tells us something profound. Cricket already existed decades earlier, meaning the game had likely been played for generations before anyone thought to write it down. Not a gentleman's game at first. Today, cricket is often called the gentleman's game. But its beginnings were far humbler. It was first a children, esse rural, vasti. Only later did adults begin to adopt it. The earliest known reference to adults playing cricket comes from 1611, when two men in Sussex were prosecuted for playing on Sunday instead of attending church. There is something almost cinematic in that image. Two men choosing play over duty, joy over obligation. Even then, cricket had already become something powerful enough to disrupt routine life. The game begins to take shape. In those early centuries, cricket looked very different. The bat resembled a hockey stick. The ball was often bowled underarm, sometimes rolled along the ground. The wicket originally had only two stumps. The third stump came later in the 1770s. The straight bat that defines modern cricket did not yet exist. It evolved later as bowling changed. This is important because cricket was not static. It adapted, Every era reshaped it. Just as players reshaped the game today, the rise of village cricket. By the mid-17th century, cricket had moved beyond children's play. Villages formed teams. Local rivalries emerged. Pride entered the game. One village against another. Field against field. Honor against honor. This was the first emotional structure of competition, the beginning of sporting identity. By 1697, one of the earliest major recorded matches took place in Sussex, played for 50 guineas, a large amount at the time. Money had now entered the story. The sport was evolving from pastime into profession. So, who really invented it? This is the heart of the untold history. No king. No scholar. No single athlete. No official founder. Cricket belongs to collective invention. It was shaped by rural children, shepherd boys, village players, early county teams, club organizers, lawmakers. In that sense, cricket was invented by people, not a person. By generations. By culture. By time itself. That is why the question remains so fascinating, because the answer is not a name. It is a process, the laws and the birth of modern cricket. The sport truly began to formalize in 1744, when the first written laws of cricket were drafted. This was the moment cricket moved from folklore to institution. Rules gave it structure, length of the pitch, size of the bat, methods of dismissal. This laid the foundation for the modern game. Later, the Marylebone Cricket Club McSee at Lord's became the guardian of these laws. And from there, cricket stepped into the world. From England to the world, through British colonial expansion, cricket traveled across continents, to India, to Australia, to South Africa, to the Caribbean, to what would later become Pakistan. The sport no longer belonged only to England. It became global. And in places like Pakistan and India, it grew into something even bigger: emotion. Identity. National pride, a sport born in misty English fields, now lives in the hearts of millions. The symbol of the wooden gate. If one image defines the origin of cricket, it is not the modern stadium. It is the wooden sheep gate. 2 uprights, a crossbar, a primitive wicket. That silent structure connects the first rural games to every modern test match. From field to floodlight, from shepherd boys to world champions. The gate remains. Only history has expanded around it. Final reflection. So who invented cricket? No one and everyone. It was born not from genius, but from generations, from children with sticks, from open fields, from slow afternoons in the English countryside. Perhaps that is why cricket feels timeless, because it was never truly created. It grew, like grass beneath morning mist, like tradition passed from hand to hand, like memory. And maybe that is the real untold history. The greatest games are not always invented. Sometimes, they simply emerge from life itself.